Right. So we'll get back to that if need be. But let's talk about political developments in the Niger Delta, which is a far cry from its potential. How do you think meaningful progress can be achieved?
As long as we allow outsiders to continue to perpetuate, to use the method of divide and rule in the Niger Delta, we will continue to have crisis in Niger Delta. Until we come as a people with a common goal, with a common interest, we will continue to have crisis, And so my take on this matter is that the Ijaw nation, the Niger Delta is made up of different nations. And in Delta State, for instance, there are so many ethnic, like the Isokos, the Urobos, the Shakiris, the Jaws, and all. We should all come, we see ourselves as one, entity. It's a very difficult thing to do, but that's the only way we can continue to live together as brothers and sisters. We've done that in the past, so it is now that we need to do it more. It is only when there is peace and unity and progress that there will be progress, there will be development in the land. So we must learn to give peace a chance.
So the region is still battling environmental degradation caused by oil exploration. What do you think can be done to tackle this?
Oh, that's one of the major problems that we face, and that's why the average Niger Deltan thinks differently. I mean, for instance, where I come from is polluted. We no longer fish. Our mainstay economy in the Niger Delta is fishing and farming. But because of oil exploration over the years, we can't get anything from farming. The waters are polluted, and continue to be polluted. Yet the oil company, the IOCs, are not paying attention to the environmental degradation of the environment of the place. So that's why the average Niger Deltan is angry, always angry. So for me, I think the oil companies must come to understand the fact that the land has been polluted, and then there must be a way to ameliorate or minimize the pollution in the Niger Delta. Otherwise, we will very soon, we don't have water. There is no water, no light, yet we still flare gas almost every day, 365 days in a year. Gas is flared. I mean, even Nigeria should think twice. And we are so marginalized that today there are no roads in Niger Delta. From Lagos to Benin, from Benin to Port Harcourt, there are no roads at all. In fact, the Edo State is like cut off from the entire Nigeria. I mean, it shouldn't be. Some government should show some concern about the activities of the oil companies and the Niger Delta people, because if not, the people will revolt, and I hope that they will not. I pray that they will not. And divide and rule will never solve this problem.
So let's talk about the new board of the NDDC, which was recently inaugurated by President Tinubu. How will you charge members to bring about the needed development to the region?
Well, Niger Delta Development Commission, they've been there for years. But you see, let me tell you something. The commission itself has enormous problems. The resources that are allocated to the commission, I can tell you for free, A quarter of it goes to outsiders. And so the little that we get are the ones they use in doing roads and all that, constructing roads and ameliorating the environment and all that. I think, for me, I believe that the National Assembly should hands off. The leadership of the National Assembly should hands off the economy or the resources of the commission. Until that is done, we will continue to have crisis in the area because the money that is allocated doesn't get to the people, doesn't get to the commission because of various interests outside the Niger Delta. And so unfortunate. For me, I think we need to do something about it. The president must rise up to say no, and be decisive on this matter. Because the people are not getting the resources that are allocated to them.
So when you say the quarter of the funds meant for the board goes to outsiders, what do you mean by outsiders?
Do I need to tell you? We know, everybody knows, that there are interests outside the Niger Delta region. For instance, the National Assembly, House of Reps, the Senate, the chunk of the resources that go to the commission, the NDDC, is shared among the people there.
All right.
How about that?
So do you agree with those who have said that, one of the first things this new board must do is an audit, a comprehensive audit of the commission, so that they can help identify areas where the commission has failed and needs to improve on? How crucial is this?
Yes, they've done the audit before, but where's the report? Let's be frank to ourselves. I don't think any good thing will come out of that. They've had the audit report, which has not been released up to this moment. So do you want another audit again? I don't think the audit, we just foreclose that and let us face something else. The audit or no audit, it will not lead us anywhere. Let's think of what can we do? What can NDDC do? What projects do we need? For instance, I am aware, that the Presidential Amnesty Program, is doing very well in the area of human resources. There are vocational training, there are empowerment programs for the individuals, the ex-agitators and all that. So Niger Delta Commission should be allowed to exist. They should allow it to breathe, just as they are beginning to scuttle the activities of the PAP now by interest groups and all that. These things must not be allowed to continue.
But Mr. Thomas, the commission itself has been accused of misappropriation of funds meant for the region. What do you say to that?
Yeah, that's not impossible, because they are learning from what has happened in the larger state. What I mean is, if, for instance, they are allocated 10 billion naira per month, and 3/4 of it or 1/4 of it goes to outside activities, what do you expect the people to do, the managers of the NDDC to do? To fold their hands and think that, and besides, the money is not enough to do anything. So the little they will do, most times you will see them, projects are not completed over the years, are left abandoned and all that. These are all ways by which individuals also think, they can also make some money for themselves. Let's be sincere. We need people who are patriots.
Are you saying it's okay for the commission to misappropriate funds meant for the region? Because according to you, a quarter of the funds meant for the board goes to outsiders.
Yes, that's true. And so those who are managers of the program also, most times, misappropriate.
Mr. Thomas,
You know, that's
I
I
said,
agreed.
I
But
asked you.
that's a malady. That's a malady of our system in governance over the
So are you
years, and we
saying
all know
because of
this.
that, it's okay for the commission to misappropriate funds meant for the region? Are you in support of that?
No, at all. No, I won't. I mean, I would be foolish to say, oh, okay, I'm misappropriate. No, 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 no. Certainly not. I'm only adducing reasons for why it is happening. You know, but it is wrong. And that's why we need people of integrity to be the managers of affairs of NDDC. Same thing with PAP. I mean, since the new interim administrator of PAP came in, there has been sanity in PAP because he will never tolerate misappropriation. He will not tolerate corruption. He will not tolerate, underhand dealings where contractors are paid money for works not done. And so people vilify him, yet he stands strong and say, no, I will not allow it. And so that's what I expect of NDDC. The boss must be, those who are at the aim of affairs must be firm. They must stand up and say, no, we will not allow this thing to happen. The people must also oversee the affairs of NDDC. Because most times we just go back and lay back and not oversee, the activities of the people, of the managers. We allow them to do what they think is right. Meanwhile, even the civil societies are supposed to be up to their task. Call them to account. That's what I expect of every individual in the Niger Delta.
All right. I mean, just like you've said, the NDDC has been hampered by corruption. How do you think this can be tamed now that there is a new board in place?
The federal government must continually, checkmate the activities of the board. They must look at the integrity of the people. Otherwise, they will compromise the system. We expect further, appointments to be men of integrity, men that have reached the peak of their career, that would say they are not interested in corruption. Not those who want to make money. Not politicians who want to make money. I think we need reformation generally in our country, because corruption is becoming endemic. In fact, it's a plague, and in every facet of our society, we also find it. And so when we talk about Niger Delta Commission, we're also looking at the larger society, because what obtains in the larger society is what obtains there.
All right. Mr. Thomas Peretu, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I've been speaking with an author and public policy analyst, and tonight we focused on political developments in River State and the Niger Delta. Thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight. Thank you.